The day we have all been waiting for, the final day of the 12 days of MLB Rankings is finally here. I'm going to be revealing my top 50 players in Major League Baseball for the 2020 season. Quick little shout out to you guys for the amazing support on this series. As of right now, the views, the likes, the subs, everything has been crazy. I really do appreciate all the support that you guys have been putting into my videos. Also, a Merry Christmas to all of you that are out there celebrating Christmas today. We got the Christmas sweater on, looking a little festive. And if you're not celebrating Christmas, happy holidays. Enjoy whatever holiday you're celebrating this month. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, it is the final one of the 12 days of MLB Rankings. Make sure to leave a like on it. Let's try and break like the record for likes on the channel on this video. Subscribe if you're new and you enjoy the content. If you love baseball, click that sub button, join the team. Just because the rankings are over doesn't mean the baseball videos are done just yet. Remember to get in the comment section down below. Give me your thoughts and opinions on these rankings. I am 100% sure, I know it's coming. You aren't going to agree with me. I'd love to know why you disagree down below, or maybe you agree, I don't know. And remember, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at GiraffeNeckMark. Links in the description. I'm always talking baseball over there. So without further ado, let's get going into my rankings of the top 50 players in Major League Baseball for 2020. Getting the list started at number 50, I've got the only reliever on today's list. That is going to be Josh Hader of the Milwaukee Brewers, the best reliever in Major League Baseball in my opinion. Disgusting stuff. Strikes out 16 batters per 9 innings, doesn't walk anybody, barely gives up any hits. Josh Hader is disgusting. Probably one of the guys I would least like to face in all of Major League Baseball. He gets the top 50 started. At number 49, a bit of an underrated pick here. I'm going to go with Cleveland Indians starting pitcher Mike Clevenger, who the last 2 years has been a really solid pitcher in Major League Baseball. Saw his strikeouts go way up last year to 12.1 per 9 innings. Cut down on the walks, cut down on the home runs, cut down on the hits. I think this guy has the makings of being a top pitcher in the game. I'm really excited to see what he can do in 2020. He's a beast. For the 48th best player in Major League Baseball, I'm going to go with Trey Turner of the Washington Nationals. One of the few players in baseball who has absolutely elite speed and still hits for a high average, hits for decent power, had over 60 extra base hits last year. Big fan of Trey Turner, definitely deserves to be in the top 50. Falling down all the way to number 47 is going to be Clayton Kershaw of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, he may not be the best pitcher on that team anymore, but he is still one of the best pitchers in the game. In a down season, he had an ERA at 3 and a whip hovering right around 1. For his career, he has a 2.44 ERA and a whip, again, hovering right around 1. I can't ignore how good this guy is. He might not be at the level he once was, but he is still a top pitcher. At 46, I got Kris Bryant of the Chicago Cubs. I can already see the comments now about how he's way too low on this list, but this is the top 50 players in MLB. Putting him in here shows that he is elite. He's good. Last year, he came back pretty strong. OPS at 900, hit 30 homers with 30 doubles, batting average approaching 300, on base approaching 400. Kris Bryant's a really solid player. MLB's just stacked with talent. He's 46. At 45, I've got another third baseman, Eugenio Suarez of the Cincinnati Reds. What a year Suarez had in 2019, building off a very strong 2018 where he had an OPS almost at 900. He hit 49 homers last year, driving in 100 runs, batting average at 270, OPS at 930. Absolutely elite power. I think we saw him broke out next year and expect to see him have another huge year in 2020. My guy, Pete Alonzo, Polar Bear Pete, Big Meat Pete, whatever nickname you care for. He's the 44th best player in Major League Baseball. What a rookie season. 53 homers, 30 doubles, 120 RBIs, a 941 OPS. 7th in the MVP in the National League, won the Rookie of the Year. This guy has some of the craziest power we've seen in Major League Baseball in a long time, and to have a rookie season like he had, it's a pretty unbelievable feat. Pete Alonzo is a beast. I'm so happy he's a Met. Comes in at number 44. For the 43rd best player in Major League Baseball, I've got Manny Machado of the San Diego Padres. Down year in 2019, OPS under 800, which is a little bit concerning, but new team, new ballpark. I think Manny Machado is going to go back to his old ways in 2020. He's still got an elite glove, and honestly, at the plate, he still hit pretty well. He was just hampered by a little bit of a slow start here and there. I think as the Padres get better, you're going to see Machado get better. He's just got too much talent to be down this low for too long. At the number 42 spot, I got Carlos Correia, shortstop for the Houston Astros. Biggest issue with Carlos Correia is definitely his health. Only played in 185 games the last 2 seasons combined, but when he is on the field, he is a special player. Great glove, cannon of an arm, elite power for the shortstop position. The dude was on pace to hit about 40 homers last year before his injury. His bat's elite. He's fantastic in the field. He's all around a great player. He'd be higher up, but we need to see him be healthy for a full season before I can really treat him as one of the best of the best. Coming in at 41, Paul Goldschmidt of the St. Louis Cardinals. Definitely a disappointing season in 2019. Probably one of the worst of his career, but even then, he still was pretty good and above average. So if you're taking Paul Goldschmidt's worst and you take his best and find a nice medium, you still have a fantastic player, without a doubt a top 50. 30 homers a year, OPS around 900, walks, plays great defense at first. Goldschmidt's going to come back in 2020 strong. Another guy looking for a little bit of redemption. At number 40, I've got Giancarlo Stanton of the New York Yankees. First DH of this list. Absolutely elite power. We know that. That dude is huge, hits bombs, and he only played in 18 games last year due to injury, but a few seasons ago with the Marlins, he was the MVP, and even with the Yankees in 2018, still a good year. I gotta include Stanton on this list. Like, this guy when healthy is so dangerous. Moving into the 30s now, at number 39, I got Charlie Morton, pitcher for the Tampa Bay Rays. And let me tell you, Charlie Morton's one of the more underrated pitchers in baseball. ball. The last 2 seasons has an ERA hovering right around 3, a whip hovering right around 1.1, strikes out 10 plus batters per 9 innings, pitches 180 innings a year, some nasty pitches, some great stuff, finished 3rd in the Cy Young in 2019. I'm a big Charlie Morton fan. It's time he starts getting some recognition. At number 38, we've got one of the young stars of Major League Baseball, Fernando Tatis Jr. Only saw him play in 84 games last year due to an injury, but oh my goodness, the impact he had was incredible. 22 homers, 13 doubles, 6 triples, stole 16 bases, an OPS at 969, electric in the field, on the base pass, wherever he is, you notice him. I can't wait to watch this guy in 2020. He's so good. The new number 1 pitcher in Los Angeles is going to be Walker Buehler, who comes in at number 37 on my list. Buehler had a really strong season in 2019, finishing 9th in the Cy Young voting. He's only 24 years old. He's only going to be getting better the next few years as he learns to pitch a little bit more and adjust. Plus stuff on the mound, struck out 200 plus batters last year, doesn't walk anybody, limits the long ball. There's nothing not to like about Walker Buehler. He's a stud. The one and only catcher in my top 50 rankings is going to be JT Rau Muto, who comes in at number 36. Rau Muto is without a doubt the best catcher in baseball. Combination of power, speed, hitting for average, getting on base, great defense. He does it all. He's extremely valuable to the Philadelphia Phillies, probably one of the more valuable players on that team, and for how good he is offensively at that position combined with his defense, his value is through the roof. For the 35th best player in Major League Baseball, I've got another DH. This time it's going to be Nelson Cruz of the Minnesota Twins. Arguably had the best season of his career in 2019 at age 38, 41 homers, 26 doubles in only 120 games, hit .311 with a .392 on base, .639 slugging, OPS at 1031, got MVP votes. If it was just based on offense, he's going to be probably like a top 15 guy, but not playing the field does hurt his value a little bit. Still, 35th best. The bringer of rain is back, and he comes in as the 34th best player in Major League Baseball. What a season he had in Atlanta last year, having 70 extra base hits in 155 games, OPS at 900, so he was going back to his MVP level type days, plays great defense at third base. There's not a lot this guy can't do. Big fan of him. Whatever team he signs for, inevitably, he's gonna get paid. The bringer of rain is back. At 33, I've got Chris Sale of the Boston Red Sox, who honestly had a terrible season last year, but when you dive deeper into the stats, it seems like it's gonna be an anomaly. Prior to last year, he was pretty much good for an ERA in the 2s every single season, pitching close to 200 innings, striking out 250 to 300 batters a year, top 5 Cy Young candidate guy. He was giving up a few more home runs than normal last year, which affected his ERA, but his whip was still at 1.086, which is elite for a starting pitcher. I've got all the faith in Chris Sale to bounce back in 2020, number 33 on my rankings. The last DH that's going to make it into my top 50 rankings is going to be JD Martinez, who comes in at number 32. Martinez, like Nelson Cruz, rakes at the plate. 36 homers, 33 doubles, 105 RBIs. 300 batting average, OPS at 939, one of the best pure hitters in Major League Baseball, and if needed, he can play right field. It's not going to be great. JD Martinez and that bat, they come in at number 32. For the 31st best player in Major League Baseball, I've got breakout star of 2019, Ketel Marte, finished 4th in the MVP voting in the National League, 30 homers, 36 doubles, 9 triples, drove in 90 RBIs, batting average above 300, slugging almost 600, OPS almost 1,000, and he plays great defense wherever he is, center field, second base. Ketel Marte is a young star in the game. Diamondbacks found a hidden gem in this guy. Getting the top 30 started at the number 30 spot, I got Oakland A's first baseman Matt Olson. Only played in 127 games last year, but his numbers were still crazy. 36 homers, 26 doubles, and OPS at 896. He played a full year, seeing a guy with 40 plus homers, OPS approaching 900, Gold Glove defense, the best fielding first baseman in Major League Baseball. Oakland's a team we gotta watch out for, and Matt Olson's part of the reason why. Now, coming in at number 29 is gonna be Glaber Torres of the Yankees. I know he was behind some guys at the shortstop rankings, but as an overall player, he's a top 30 guy. Last year, he hit 38 homers in his second season in Major League Baseball, an 871 OPS. He could walk a little bit more, but when you hit like Glaber, it really doesn't matter. His biggest flaw is his defense, but even still, it's not that bad, and he's only 23 years old. Very good player. At 28, I've got the $245 million man, Steven Strasburg of the Washington Nationals. One of the best pitchers in baseball. He showed that last year with a dominant season, pitching a career-high 209 innings, striking out 250 batters, cut down on the walks, cut down on the hits, the home runs, all of it. A fully healthy season, finished 5th in the Cy Young voting, won the World Series MVP. There's not enough good things I can say about Steven Strasburg. He is a star. At 27, I've got Marcus Semien of the Oakland A's, part of that stellar infield with their defense. He's been improving on his defense the last couple seasons, and he really took the biggest step forward with the offense. 80 extra base hits last year in 162 games, 892 OPS, was 3rd in the MVP voting. Like I said, he plays great defense at shortstop, which is much improved. Marcus Semien needs to start getting recognized, which I think he is, one of the best shortstops in the game. At 26, I've got a quiet player, a little bit boring, but it's going to be Anthony Rizzo of the Chicago Cubs. I say he's boring because he just does the same thing every year. He goes out and he beasts. He's good for 30 homers a year, 30 doubles, close to 100 RBIs, hitting right around 300, on base around 400, OPS around 900, Gold Glove defense. He's a leader of that Chicago Cubs team. People say he's overrated. Guess what? You're wrong. He is a real good player. Halfway through my rankings at number 25, I've got George Springer of the Houston Astros. Love me some George Springer. Last year, he had a crazy good year in only 122 games with 39 homers and 96 RBIs. He hit 292, which was a career high, 383 on base, 591 slugging, 974 OPS, career highs across the board. He's going into his 30-year-old season, probably just going into his actual prime, and I am here for it. He puts up those numbers, he's going to be a special player in the league. Just inside the top 25 at number 24, I've got Javi Baez of the Cubs. A lot of people are down on the Javi Baez train, but he is still a really good player. Defensively, elite at shortstop, and at the plate, while he could walk a little bit more and maybe strike out less, he still puts up great numbers. An OPS at 850 last year, was an MVP candidate the year before, close to 30 homers, steals bases, does it all. Javi Baez is one of the most exciting players to watch in the game, and he's also one of the best. Coming in at number 23, I've got Bryce Harper of the Philadelphia Phillies, who I'll admit I've said is overrated, but let's be honest, he's really good. 30 plus homers last year, 30 doubles, over 110 RBIs, an OPS almost at 900. Yes, his average is down, not in the 300s, but he still walks, hits for a high slugging percentage, and he played really good defense out in right field last year. If you have Bryce Harper anywhere outside the top 25, you're actually underrating this guy. He's really good. At the number 22 spot, I got Xander Bogaerts of the Boston Red Sox. Career season last year really broke out after a strong 2018. 33 homers, 52 doubles, 309 average. He walked 76 times last year, career high. 939 OPS, finished 5th in the MVP voting. His biggest issue is his glove. That needs improvement, but when you put up those offensive numbers, the value you have is crazy high already, that your below average glove really doesn't matter. Just missing out on the top 20 at number 21, I've got DJ LeMahieu of the New York Yankees. Unbelievable season in 2019, really shined in New York with the Yankees. Career high in homers, doubles, RBIs, 327 batting average, 893 OPS. He played a variety of different positions at a very high level. He's a super utility man, and he's going to be slotted in at second base next year. Super valuable to the Yankees. Getting the top 20 started at the number 20 spot, I got Jose Altuve of the Astros. Just sneaks out a little bit ahead of DJ LeMahieu because he has been a top second baseman, if not the best second baseman in the league for a couple years now, and he didn't slow down in 2019. 31 homers, 27 doubles, an OPS at 900. He didn't hit 300 for the first time in 5 years, and even then he hit 298. I don't know how you couldn't see Jose Altuve as a top 20 player in the game. At second base, his value is crazy good. Definitely deserves to be at this spot. I wanted to put him higher, but at number 19, I got Matt Chapman, who is very close to being like a top player in the league. I mean, 19, still pretty good, right? Disgusting glove at third base, one of the best in the league. At the plate, a very good hitter as well. Average was a little lower than I liked last year at 249, but he walks, hits for a high slugging, still gives him a good OPS. Get that average up a little bit higher, maybe close to that 270 range. You've got a scary good player on your hands. That bat and defense combination is crazy good. Jose Ramirez had a down year last year, but still, that gets him at number 18 in my rankings, because what we've seen in the past is that he's a fantastic player, and in the second half of the year, he really heated up, going back to the old player that we once thought he was. Like 2017-18, he finished back-to-back years third place in the MVP voting. You can't ignore that. And even still in a down season, an OPS above 800, stealing 24 bases. It was a down year, but not a bad year, and he's clearly a better player than that. The 21-year-old phenom himself, Juan Soto, is going to be my 17th best player in today's video. Came on in 2018, strong rookie season, outdid it in 2019 with a second straight season with an OPS above 900. He hit for more power in 2019, walked 108 times. In left field, he looks lost sometimes, which is why he's at 17, but at the plate, he's a top 10 hitter in the game. For the 16th best player in Major League Baseball, I got Colorado Rockies shortstop Trevor Story, who is another guy who is crazy good. That left side of the Colorado infield is so talented. Second straight season of 35 or more home runs, 38 doubles, 85 RBIs, steals bases, stole 23 bases last year, high average, high on base, high slugging, high OPS. Oh, and in the field, he's extremely underrated, a Gold Glove candidate shortstop. You're getting a top all-around player with Trevor Story. I don't want to hear the Coors effect. He's a stud. Now, we got to the top 15 here, and coming in at number 15, I've got Freddie Freeman of the Braves, another guy who at first base is the definition of consistency, right around 300 batting average every year, 400 on base, 500 slugging, OPS approaching 900, good for 30 homers, close to 100 RBIs, 30 plus doubles, good fielder at first base, top 10 in the MVP voting the last 2 years. I know when I watch this guy on TV, I'm in awe. It feels like he's always making an impact, and he's definitely one of the top players in the league. At number 14, I've got Freddie Freeman's teammate Ronald Acuna, who also, of course, is on the Atlanta Braves. Another super young phenom in Major League Baseball and in the National League East. He went off in 2019, 41 homers, 101 RBIs, 37 stolen bases, which was the best in the National League, 280 average, 365 on base, 518 slugging, gave him an OPS of 883, finished 5th in the MVP voting, great range out in the outfield, super strong arm, and he's only 22 years old. He's gonna get so good. The Atlanta Braves, what a team they got, and he's a big part of it. At number 13, I kind of get started at the S tier block of pitchers. First one being Max Scherzer. Scherzer is without a doubt one of the best pitchers in baseball. I mean, he's ranked 13th in total out of every single position. Back-to-back Cy Young Award winner in 16 and 17, finished in 2nd in 18 and 3rd in 19. He's good for 200 plus innings a year, close to 300 strikeouts, an ERA hovering at 2.5. Some of the nastiest stuff in the league. He's a gamer. He goes out there, all he wants to do is shove. He's one of the few guys I want on that mound. He's incredible. At 12, I've got another pitcher, the newly acquired Gerrit Cole of the New York Yankees. Boy, did he get paid, and he's worth it. ERA below 3 the last 2 seasons combined, good for 200 innings, striking out 300 plus batters, the best K per 9 in Major League Baseball the last 2 seasons, a whip under 1, doesn't walk anybody, doesn't give up home runs, just missed out on winning the Cy Young in 2019, arguably could have won it, and he's only 29 years old. The Yankees got a great pitcher in Gerrit Cole, just outside the top 10. Joining Gerrit Cole outside the top 10 is teammate Erin Judge, who comes in at number 11 on my ranking. Judge has the potential, obviously, to be a top 10 player. He just missed out on it by 1 spot. The reason he misses out is because of his injury problem. The last 2 seasons, he's played in less than 120 games, which has hurt his offensive numbers counting-wise, but slash-line-wise, you can see the kind of hitter that he is. 270 average, close to 400 on base, 500 plus slugging, and 900 OPS guy. Combine that with his absolutely elite defense out in right field and cannon of an arm, Erin Judge is a complete player. Getting the top 10 started at the number 10 spot, I've got Justin Verlander of the Houston Astros. Sorry guys, I gotta say it. Like a fine wine, he only gets better with age. He won the Cy Young in his 36-year-old season with Houston, finished 2nd in 2018, ERA at 2.5, 200 plus innings a year. Way under 1 for a starting pitcher. That's disgusting. That doesn't even make sense. Has problem with the long ball, but who cares? No one's ever on base. They're solo shots. Justin Verlander has pitched himself into a Hall of Fame career. So crazy good. The last and final pitcher of today's ranking is going to come in at number 9, and that's going to be Jacob deGrom of the New York Mets. Since 2018, there hasn't been a better pitcher in all of baseball than Jacob deGrom. An ERA of 2.05 combined the last 2 seasons, whip under 1 at 0.94. He's won back-to-back Cy Youngs in the National League, pitching over 420 innings, striking out 500 plus batters, only giving up 29 home runs in that time. There's nothing this guy can't do. He even hits at the plate. Jacob deGrom is the best pitcher in baseball and easily inside the top 10. For the 8th best player in Major League Baseball, I've got newly acquired Los Angeles Angel Anthony Rendon, who's so good. You guys know I've been talking about how he's so underrated. He's finally being rated properly. He's a top 10 player. The Angels paid him like one. He hit 34 homers last year with 44 doubles and 3 triples to give him 126 RBIs, an OPS at 1010, which was the 3rd straight season in a row with an OPS above 900. In the field, he's above average, has a really nice glove, hits to all fields, doesn't strike out, and I can finally root for him now in Los Angeles. Yay. At number 7, I got Francisco Lindor of the Cleveland Indians. Definitely the best shortstop in Major League Baseball. The combination of power, speed, elite fielding, you just don't see it every single day, and that's why he comes in at number 7. An OPS above 850 every year, hitting 30 plus homers, stealing 20 bases, insane defense at short. He's the best guy that you can put at that position in baseball right now. That's why he comes in at number 7, which means just missing out on the top 5. Coming in at number 6, I got Alex Bregman of the Houston Astros, who's one of my favorite players in Major League Baseball to watch play. Another guy, great power at the plate. He hit 40 homers last year with 37 doubles. Elite eye as well, 119 walks, which led Major League Baseball. Yes, Alex Bregman led Major League Baseball in walks, 296 average, OPS at 1015, plays really above average defense at third base. Like, he gets overshadowed by some of these other guys because they're even better. It's so hard, but he misses out on the top 5. Because coming in at number 5, I've got the best third baseman in Major League Baseball, Nolan Arenado of the Rockies. I don't want to hear the Coors effect. Doesn't matter. He is a incredible player. Still hits pretty well away from home, by the way. 40 homers, 30 doubles, 120 RBIs, a 950 OPS, 300 batting average, plays Gold Glove defense, the second best third baseman defensively behind Matt Chapman. He's finished in the top 10 of the MVP voting since 2015 every single season. He's healthy, no injury problems. Arenado is so good. For the 4th best player in Major League Baseball, I've got Christian Yelich of the Brewers. Won the MVP in 2018, arguably could have won it back-to-back years in 2019. At the plate, there's only probably one guy better in baseball, and that's Mike Trout. Yelich is going to hit you close to 330. An OPS above 1,000 in the last 2 seasons. Hitting close to 40 home runs a year. Steals bases as well. He stole 30 bases last year. His one issue is his defense, which is why he's at 4, but with the bat, he's number 2 without a doubt. For the 3rd best player in all of Major League Baseball, I've got Cody Bellinger of the Los Angeles Dodgers, another young star of the game. He's going into his 24-year-old season, fresh off an MVP victory in 2019 in the National League. Gold Glove defense, disgusting out in the outfield. Hit 47 homers, 115 RBIs, OPS at 1035. He got his average up last year, cut down on his strikeouts massively. There's not really anything that Cody Bellinger can't do. The reason he falls at 3 is because the guys ahead of him at 1 and 2 have just done it for more years. But let me tell you right now, Cody Bellinger does this again in 2020. He's cracking that top 2 without a doubt. Mookie Betts comes in at the number 2 spot for me as the 2nd best player in Major League Baseball. You think he had a down season last year, right? Still had an OPS at 915, still hit almost 30 homers with 40 doubles, batting average right around 300, on base at 400. The best defensive outfielder in all of baseball, fast on the base paths, good base runner, and that's coming off a 2018 where he was the best player in the American League and he won the MVP. People people like to say he's trash, he's washed. You haven't looked at his numbers, you haven't seen what he's done for a team, because his impact is massive for the Boston Red Sox. Which means coming in at number 1, the player we've all been waiting for, Mike Trout of the Angels. Mike Trout is easily the best player in Major League Baseball. Might go down as one of the best players of all time, if not the best. In 134 games last year, he hit 45 homers, stole 11 bases, batting average right around 300, led the major leagues in on-base, 645 slugging, 1083 OPS, won the MVP award despite only playing in 134 games last year. Truly a absolute treat to watch play baseball. We are so lucky to experience this guy playing during our lifetime. He is going to go down as one of the best players of all time. So that's it. Those are my top 50 players in Major League Baseball for the 2020 season. The 12 days of MLB rankings are over. It has been a blast to make. I know I get in arguments with you guys in the comment section and Twitter, but it's all in the name of fun. I really do appreciate all the amazing support you guys shown toward this series. I definitely plan on doing it again next year. It was so much fun to make. Also, I want to give a really big shout out to Jackson, who's helped me out so much with these 12 days of MLB rankings. He's helped with the editing. He added those cool numbers in the top right hand corner that you guys seem to love. Go give him a follow on Twitter. You can find it right here. I think he might be starting an MLB channel soon. Go show him some support because he's been helping out a lot over here. I'd love to know what you guys think about my top 50 rankings down in the comments below. Tell me what you disagree with. I'm waiting for it. I'm sure you're gonna have plenty of opinions, and I'm here. I'm excited to talk baseball with you guys. Remember, leave a like on the video. Let's smash the like button, break the record on this channel. This is one of the biggest videos I've ever made, as well as subscribe, because if you like baseball content, I'm telling you, we're not slowing down anytime soon. Click that sub button, join the team. Remember, you guys can keep in touch with me through Twitter and Instagram at DraftNeckMark. Links in the description. And it's time for me to go to bed. I'm tired. I have made a lot of videos in the last few days. I hope you guys enjoyed your Christmas or whatever holiday you guys are celebrating. The baseball season is getting closer and closer as the days go on. I can't wait for it to start. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, guys. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I'll catch you all tomorrow for another video. We're back at it. Bye.